Hello there and welcome to the first semi-final of the National Panasonic Cup for 1987 between Parramatta and Penrith. And brother, is it cold out here at Leichhardt Oval. Believe me, even the Eskimos are going for cover tonight. Well, the best guide to form goes back only 3 days ago when the Parramatta side put the cleaners through Penrith by 23 points to 10. That mightn't be good form. We'll have to wait and see on that, but they have got a very, very much changed around side. Parramatta have reached 3 cup finals and they've won 2. Now, in 1975, East 17, Parramatta 7. Then in 80 came the first Parramatta win, 8-5 over Balmain. 86, Parramatta again put the cleaners through the Balmain Tigers, 32 points to 16. Penrith have only reached 1 final, 1974, Western Division 6 defeated the Penrith side too, and that was one that was a very exciting one, and I can remember certain players getting a hell of a lot of publicity out of that one. OK, now the Parramatta side that we've got going around tonight is a fairly familiar-looking unit in light of the injuries they've had and the players they've got back. Taylor, Hunt, Muggleton, Wolf, Erickson, Kenny, Sterling, Laurie, Ford, Wynn, Jerd, Garland, Leabeater, John Money, the coach. The same can't be said for Penrith. This is a very, very mixed bag. Robards, Robinson, Bentley, Izzard. Then comes Smith, Alexander, Fitzhenry, Van der Voot, Gear, Cartwright, Lee, Simmons and Vitanza. And the coach, of course, is Tim Sheens. Now, Graham Hughes is down on the ground. He's got some late information.
Well, Rex, in regards to late information, nothing that would shock anybody for Parramatta. Again, the Eels will be looking to the combination of Kenny and Sterling to get them home. They're just starting to find a bit of form. Not so for Penrith, though. A lot of late changes and 6 major changes to this side tonight. And the big crunch in the halfback position, young 18-year-old Andrew Fitzhenry up against the man rated the #1 halfback in the world. I think the game will be decided by the back 3, the lock-forward combination with the half and 5'8". Now, also a reminder that at half-time tonight, we'll be showing you the 6 selected tries in our Golden Try competition for the 87 Cup Series, and also just looking at how the National Panasonic Superstar points are progressing. Huey McGann from East out there on top in 6. Greg Alexander searching for more points tonight, as will Terry Leabeater and Craig Izzard and Mark Robinson. And also, it is important to note that the player must be involved in the 87 National Panasonic Cup final to have a chance of becoming our superstar. So, Rex, plenty on offer financially for the teams, but also individually.
Thanks, Graham. OK, well, we're going to get it underway in just a moment. Yes, the first semi-final just about to get underway. The referee tonight is Mr. Mick Stone. The Parramatta side will be running with the breeze at their back, diagonally at their back. It's a strong southwester, but I'll get some information from that from David in just a moment. But you've got some interesting information down there on Eric Growth, David.
I certainly have, Rex. Peter Matalaris, the club doctor of Parramatta, has confirmed that the Guru is suffering from a torn anterior cruciate ligament, and an operation tomorrow. He's out for the rest of the season. Just confirming, Rex, that breeze is very, very strong, and it's bitterly cold here at Leichhardt Oval.
Yes, well, we didn't need to know that. We're OK up here. All right, let's get on with the business. And Penrith are going to be running into this breeze with a very changed team. It'll be the... and there's the kick. And that's the young fellow, Fitzhenry, getting the kick away. Out come Parramatta. I really can't see Parramatta being done in this one. They've got a couple of opportunities already to win the game because of their experience and so forth, and their ability to play the big-time football. So it'll be very interesting to see just how this Penrith side, with all the changes, backs up. But we'll get into the action now. Sterling gets the kick away. It's charged down. Penrith are going to come up with it. It's taken there by Brandon Lee. Out to Vitanza. Vitanza away to Robards. Robards onto Mark Robinson, who's felled very nicely by Sterling. Still on the blind side they come. Pretty hard. Colin Van der Voort. Robinson goes from dummy half. That's expected now. He's used as a battering ram on many occasions. Van der Voort, they're inside the quarter. Out to Alexander. He gets the pass away nicely to Geyer. Geyer still going across field there. It wasn't sort of... there's the first penalty of the match. It's going to Penrith. Geyer, I was about to say, wasn't going straight ahead. He was going diagonally there. That makes him a very easy mark for the defence. I suggest that Andrew Fitzhenry, who'll be taking this kick at goal, would be fairly nervous about it. They've got somewhat of a rap on him in the Penrith club. He is playing in the New South Wales under-19s against Queensland on Tuesday night at Lang Park. And curiously, he is a Parramatta junior from Wentworthville. So this might be the case of the one that got away. From almost directly in front, 3 metres to the quarter line. And he raises the flag, so Penrith have hit the front. They lead by 2 points to 0. Absolutely essential that they gather any points they can while they're running into this breeze. The flags on the southern end of the goalpost at the southern end of the ground are really standing out proud. Kick-off taken by Muggleton. He's absolutely swamped there by the defence. It's Paul Smith. He's the other young lad that's come into the side. Whereas Simmons going into his familiar dummy half roll. Simmons away to Batanza. He scored a good try against Parramatta last time. Backed up on the inside. Here's the high towering kick going down there from Brandon Lee. Taken by Taylor. Not taken by Taylor. Dropped behind him but not knocked on. Yes, it is. It's knocked on according to referee Stone. Well, I really fail to see how that could have been a knock on. We'll see it again.
Very brave decision by Mick Stone, and bravery's not going to get him anywhere on my books. For mine, it was just a very simple knockback by Paul Taylor.
Okay, Alexander. Cole Bentley goes to ground, midfield, about 5 metres outside the quarter. And to Izzard. Goodwin still goes the blind. Well left there by Alexander. Realised the pass was for Brandon Lee. Now Alexander, a long cut-out pass to Fitzhenry. Popped the pass nicely to Guy. Guy's going to go on and score. Oh, the pass has gone to ground there. Parramatta in possession just a few metres from their goal line. That was desperate stakes there for Parramatta.
And looking very brittle on the edge of the rucks is Parramatta in the opening minutes of the game. A couple of big question marks in the Parramatta side. Stan Jerd rushed into the team in the front row. He's only just been back a week after a lengthy injury spell. One wonders if he's going to last the distance. And also if Peter Sterling and Brett Kenny can keep their minds on the job and not the state of origin. Here in replay, Mark Guy, the man being called out for a high tackle. And it certainly was by Mick Stone.
Yes, a high tackle that missed, and he's gone for intent there because that just creased over the top of the head. Now we've got a galaxy of players surrounding the fallen player there.
Neil Hunt, the trainer, was very quick to rush to him and pull his mouth guard out just in case there was any problems. As we take another look at it, he was brushed across the top of the head.
Yes, Neil Hunt, who's already been in the wars with both knees. He's got knee guards on both knees these days. He's getting slowly to his feet. And well, I don't know what's gone wrong with him. He's going to be walked off the field. It'll probably be the head bin. Sterling's kick is a beautiful kick. Really is. Takes play back to within about 3 or 4 metres of the halfway line. The change, David?
Yes, Neil Hunt knocked his head on the ground. He's slightly concussed, as you suggested. Probably will use the head bin. And the player coming on in number 14 is Tony Chalmers.
All right, well, they don't lose a lot there. Parramatta in possession. Big Stan Jerd coming straight ahead with it. Out to Terry Leadbeater on the open side of the ruck. He goes forward a few metres. Lenny Garland at dummy half. Out to Sterling. Out to Kenny. Beautiful there to Kenny Wolfe, and Wolfe sliced through, and the cover defence picked him up. Just a few metres. Sterling That pass looked to touch forward to win. 10 metres outside the quarter line. There's a diagonal kick going to be put into the in-goal area. It'll go over the dead ball line. Probably it will now. So that'll be a restart from the quarter line.
Trying to wait that kick on that occasion, Brett Kenny, to see if he could hold it up. Only just failing to leave it in the in-goal area, which might have given him the chance to get possession back from the line dropout.
Royce Simmons again. Out to Batanza. About 10 metres outside his quarter. Will get up and play it forward. He does go forward another 7 or 8 metres, 10 metres. It's good quick thinking. Simmons. Back to Simmons again. The kick downfield by Fitzhenry. That'll be taken by Sterling. That will stay in the field of play. It goes into the in-goal area and he comes out about 3 metres. They've locked him in pretty well.
You'll notice right throughout the match where Peter Sterling, as we see another penalty go Parramatta's way, Peter Sterling will swap in the defensive line with Paul Taylor, who'll come up in the front line with Sterling dropping back to fullback. And similarly, that'll happen in the Penrith side throughout the night. Greg Alexander will drop back to the fullback role with Rob Robards coming up into the front line.
Sterling's kick about 10 metres outside the quarter. Parramatta have been under pressure since the start of the game, about 7 or 8 minutes. The score at this stage, Penrith 2, Parramatta 0. That pass looked forward and got a bit of a razz from the crowd. This Stan Jerd going for a scamper towards the halfway line. Sterling. Kenny, long cutout pass. Oh, Wolf couldn't handle it. The ball will probably go to ground and it's picked up by Chalmers on the bounce, but the referee calls it back to the knock-on. He was playing the advantage. If Penrith had picked up on that, different matter.
Great long ball by Kenny, and Wolf had a terrific opportunity if he could have controlled possession there to send Tony Chalmers away with a chance. The try was definitely on.
Fitzhenry runs, tries to run into a gap that was there, but it closed the moment he tried to go through it. Van der Voort on the blind side. Andrews. Alexander there. On to Batanza. Batanza gets that pass away. I remember seeing Batanza play for Penrith about 2.5 years ago before he had a knee injury. And he was a fine player. Robards, only a youngster, had a lot of idea of how to play front row. Alexander puts the kick up. It's high. He's run on and put most of his teammates onside. Picked up by Izzard, who's power personified, and that's a handover. Peter Wynn. On a Leadbeater. Leadbeater comes on the surge. Gets to within 2 metres of the quarter. Peter Ford runs from there. He only makes it to the quarter. Garland. Muggleton. Towering kick downfield. It'll roll end over end. Should go out. It does. Well, they've not been able to put the long kick in and have it stay in the in-goal area. The breeze is too strong for that. Simmons. Brandon Lee. Way to Van der Voort. Simmons, Fitzhenry, close pass to Geyer. Marginal look at that one. Simmons, Fitzhenry. Robinson still carrying a couple of defenders with him, makes about 7 or 8 metres. Fitzhenry scoots a little kick over the sideline. Yes, John Crouch, you've got some information on Footy Tab.
Yes, Rex, there's no doubt about the favourite team tonight, with nearly 70% of all of the entries going for a Parramatta victory. And with the big dividend pool of $39,000, they've made the most popular score Parramatta 18, Penrith 10.
Well, that may well be it too, but we shall see.
Interesting tactics from Penrith. You see the penalty now going the Panthers' way. Andrew Fitzhenry was the man that took the option of just kicking the ball straight across from the dummy half position to gain the scrum. Tactics like that, if the ball goes into touch other than on the full or before the 5th tackle, of course, will give the team the half, the scrum and the feed, but they will lose the loose head, and opportunities like that to keep on cribbing out of their own half. You'll see it constantly throughout the game, probably used more often than not by Royce Simmons.
Well, talking about Royce Simmons, there he is in his old job at dummy half. Spins it back to Fitzhenry. Batanza. Long pass out to Robinson. Robinson tries to go. Well, he does do well, actually. He goes on his own when he couldn't get the pass back on the inside. Geyer. Batanza. Stands on the tackle, gets the pass away. Here's the movement out here now. Izzard gets the pass away quickly. Out to Cole Bentley. Bentley goes, props, stops, comes back on the inside. Weaving, looking for support. Can't get a pass away, and he's lost ground. Belted back about 3 or 4 metres there. Simmons. On to Lee. Last tackle. Little knock on there, Royce. Just a teeny one, but the referee saw that. Scrum going down on the quarter line. Sterling. Kenny. Got a pass back at the inside to Muggleton. And a win. Oh! Blimey, he came to a sudden stop there when he ran into Geyer. Yes, indeed. Laurie running from dummy half. Unobtrusive sort of a footballer, very proficient. Sterling gets his kick away. Robinson was caught in no man's land. Here comes Chalmers. And it's cleaned up there by Greg Alexander. Away comes Robinson again. Mark Robinson, the wing 3/4. Alexander, Fitzhenry stands in the tackle, had no one to pass to, took the tackle. Simmons, Batanza on the quarter line. Back to Simmons. He wasn't going to give a dump out there. That was the way it looked if he'd moved to the left. Long kick downfield by Alexander. Ricochets off Ola. Beats a man, gets up over the halfway. Very good run. Gets the round of applause it deserves. Sterling. Got the forward. Starts off running sideways, finishes up running sideways. All over him is Mark Robinson. Failure to get away from the tackle player will be the reason for that penalty. I notice we've got Hunt back on the field again, David.
Yes, suffered a bit of concussion, I'd say, Rex. A bit of a graze on the right cheek, but he's been back on the field after the 10-minute break, and Tony Chalmers back off the field.
OK, the kick for touch has taken place with about 6 minutes to go to half-time. Penrith lead by 2 points to 0 from a penalty goal. Parramatta have looked far from impressive. Sterling on a win. Gets it back to Sterling. Kenny. Cut-out pass out to Muggleton. Got it away nicely out there to Michael Erickson. Erickson goes strongly and scores. Good football there. The pass from Sterling was good, and the pass from...
On the National Panasonic replay, good quick hands from Parramatta. Sterling saw that the position was on out wide. A quick ball out to Brett Kenny. And again, another shift, a cut out. He used a dummy runner. Muggleton quickly gave the ball to Erickson to give him a half-yard start. Lining up was Greg Alexander, as he always is in the cover defence, but plenty of strength by Erickson to take the tackle and to go across the line. And Parramatta were the ones that were looking a little bit scarce out wide, but on this occasion, the quick hands from the Eels certainly caught them napping. And a good run from Erickson. He had the head start on his opposite winger. but plenty of strength, as I say, to score the Eels' first try.
Yes, that was pretty ordinary defence out there from the Penrith wing three-quarter. I was about to say it was a very good pass from Brett Kenny. He sucked the defence right in with that one, giving Ericsson the opportunity to go on the outside and use his pace, of which he's got plenty. The conversion attempt will take place from the quarter, right on the sideline. They'll be aiming for the left-hand upright. Just unsuccessful. So the score remains Parramatta 4, Penrith 2. Fitzhenry brings the ball back to halfway, gets it on the mount, and away he goes. Ericsson getting tackled in possession there, about 5 metres short of the quarter line. Now bringing it back slowly. I can't imagine why they persist in passing in their goal in their quarter area here. I would be not at all surprised to see the kick come in. Use the breeze. Oh, Robinson misjudged that kick down there completely. The ball's rolled back. It's taken by Alexander. He's covering very well, brings it back, and just tackled on the inside of his quarter line. Mark Robinson goes to dummy half. He surges up to the quarter line. Ericsson, the defender. Simmons. John Cartwright hasn't had much input into the game at this stage. Very low trajectory kick put in by Alexander. Evaded Sterling. Got it away to Hunt. And Hunt comes to a shuddering stop there as Izzard comes to him. Sterling out to Kenny. Very close to getting through there. He's developed a style of coming to the opposition there with the head down and just going hell for leather.
Very difficult week for both Kenny and Sterling. Of course, their minds are also attuned to the state team training in the state of origin. That was one hurdle for the side tonight, but they've shown in this first quarter anyway that they're trying as hard as possible to get Parramatta home in the semi-final.
Little knock on there. Little tiny knock on for Taylor, the dummy half. Probably their hands are frozen. The mine are up here. And there's the offence.
Taking his eyes off the ball on that occasion. Looking to Peter Sterling before he had actually picked the ball up.
Fitzhenry out to Alexander, switches it back to the blind side, double switch. Alexander came around, he's got plenty of pace and he's been caught from behind with an ankle tap by Peter Sterling. And gets a penalty as somebody attempted to knock the ball out of his hands. That was a smart bit of football, that.
Well, the penalty given away there by Peter Ford, but that ankle tap, all important by Peter Sterling. I don't think there was anybody that was going to catch Greg Alexander on that occasion.
No, he came from the open side to the blind side.
Here it is now. Peter Ford was the only man with a chance to get across. Michael Ericsson would have had to turn and chase. Alexander was home for my money.
I agree. I think it was a four-pointer. But they've got the kick at goal with Andrew Fitzhenry to take it. He's kicked 1 for 1. This one won't be any easier. It's almost from the sideline and about 4 metres out from the quarter. Kicking directly into the bruise. And like all round the corner kickers, when he forced it, he hooked it. And it finished up on the left-hand side. But he did kick it dead. Last minute of action in this first quarter. Muggleton gets a gigantic right bit of that. And there's the hooter in the background. And Paul Smith was the last man to touch that football, brought it out. So there it is at first quarter time. Parramatta 4, Penrith 2. Parramatta's try came from Ericsson, scored only just a few moments ago. The goal went to Fitzhenry. from a penalty goal kicked in about the 9th minute of the first quarter. So that's it, 4-2, Parramatta lead. I'll be back with more action after this. Second quarter just about to begin. 20 minutes of action. Penrith kicking off. Parramatta to receive the ball. Fitzhenry, the youngster, playing in the under-19 New South Wales side against Queensland, has not been overawed. He's played reasonably well. And he gets the game underway. Taken by Sterling. Well, there's a strong tackle there, and I think the ball might have been lost in that one. That was Eriksson coming in there and taking the ball from Sterling and got unseated unceremoniously and lost the ball. Fitzhenry puts the ball in, steps, goes round the open side of the scrum. 10 metres out is Robinson. Coming on the burst, but it went instead to Brandon Lee. He's 3 metres out. Alexander. Paul Betley was wrapped up there by Paul Taylor. Izzard throws the dummy and goes back on the inside. Just inside the quarter. Simmons at dummy half. Fitzhenry, Alexander. Well, there's Alexander doing a juggling act, catching a pass that was given to him. Going backwards. There's a kick through and it might be a try. This is very, very close. Well, there was desperation stakes there for the Parramatta side. They had to come up with an answer quickly, and here it was. Remarkable little chip by Joe Vitanza, and showing plenty of pace to nearly win the race to the ball. There might have been a hint of a penalty there for Parramatta, a little push in the back for Neil Hunt, but the pressure well and truly back on the Eels now as they try and work this ball away from their own quarter. Muggleton's the man that's going to try to do it. He gets the boot to it. It goes about 60 yards on the full. Robards, the fullback, drops it behind him, rounds himself up, brings it back to the halfway line. That's how damaging a drop ball can be. Paul Smith having a run from dummy half. Simmons, Gaia. Simmons, Fitzhenry, Alexander, Simmons. As the ball knocked out of his hands is picked up by Parramatta. Bit of messy football there. They're defending quite well, Parramatta. Their attack at the moment is a little bit substandard. Fitzhenry dives on that ball. It came out of the scrum and slewed away about 5 metres. Van der Voort. Simmons. Fitzhenry. I'll be sorry he ran to that spot. Stan Jerd was there. Play situated about 12 metres outside the Parramatta quarter. Goodwin evades one tackle. Simmons on the last tackle. Alexander, little kick and chase. Put the man down. Swung off the shoulders of a Parramatta player, Peter Wynn. And Alexander's going to be penalised for it. Well, no arguments. He showing plenty of enthusiasm to get to the ball, but certainly not allowing Peter Wynn the same luxury. And certainly a penalty that Parramatta needed. The start of both quarters have been put under enormous pressure by Penrith, but now they get the chance to turn it around through the likes of Sterling and Kenny. The scrums favouring Penrith. Royce Simmons on the job, 5-1. The penalties just the Eels' way, 4-3. Okay, as we come back with Sterling having fed a pass on to Leadbetter. Now it's Sterling. Laurie throws the dummy. 10 metres into the Penrith half. Ford runs from dummy half. Again, starting running sideways, and that's the way he's got to go. Sterling. Kenny straightens. Muggleton, quick hands out there to Laurie. Laurie tries to get it away. Does do that out to Kenny Wolf. Wolf throws the dummy and takes the tackle about 10 metres out from the Penrith quarter line. Sterling on a win. He's tackled on the quarter line. It's the last tackle coming up now. What are the tactics? Out to Sterling. Props. That was a very ordinary kick from Sterling. It went straight to Alexander on the full, standing at fullback. It's Henry. Well, Van der Voort appears to be hurt.
Didn't appear to be anything to the tackle, probably just winded Colin Van der Voort. Probably no real major injury there, but a reminder also to our viewers to have their pens ready at half-time tonight as we show you the 6 selected tries in the Golden Try competition for the 87 National Panasonic Cup, to see, in fact, if you can put them in the correct order to win yourself some fabulous prizes. And we'll be showing you all that again, of course, in the second semi-final between Balmain and Eastern Suburbs next Wednesday night at the Belmore Sports Ground.
Okay, he's up and about again, is Van der Voort. And playing the ball about 15 metres out from his line. Brandon Lee gets a kick in, and it is a beauty. End over end over end. Just up over the halfway line.
Both front rowers getting involved in this semi-final tonight. Brandon Lee and Joe Vitanza. Rather unusual for the front row combination to come up with a kicking game, but they've showed it on a couple of occasions that they're not lacking in that department.
Kenny. Wolf. Kenny loses it. Penrith back in possession, but there was a knock on, which the section of the Penrith crowd who are here firmly disagreed with. Away to Wolf on the blind side of the scrum there. Kenny had come the open and ran it as a sort of a foil. Sterling. Win. Good, strong, powerful run, showing a lot of enthusiasm. Gets to the halfway line. Sterling. Laurie. Props, goes back inside. Stan Jerd. Has the ball stripped from him in the tackle by Joe Vitanza. Brandon Lee coming on the blind side of that ruck. Simmons now to Gaia. Powerful burst. Simmons. It's Henry. Alexander steps, props back inside. Simmons. Little kick down there has been put in for the sideline. It will probably not make it. It's just slowed up. Oh, Hunt stepped the defence there and got up to the quarter line. That was good. Mark Robinson was the fellow that he beat with the dummy. Ford coming away with a strong burst. Jets out over the quarter line. Not a Lee beater. Sterling. Kenny. Wolf overran him. Was prepared to give the pass. Sterling. Peter wins, spins through a tackle, spins again. Garland still going. Good passage of play by Parramatta. Taylor. Sterling. Kenny. Muggleton did the little dummy there, and a player overran him, and he was able to get him behind him and kick. It's been fielded by Alexander. He always manages to beat the first couple of defenders that come to him. Fitzhenry away to Robinson. Robinson hit hard.
If there's been a difference in the way the forward packs have taken this ball up, it's very simply been right here where the Penrith man has taken the ball up lacking support. Parramatta, on occasions when they have hit the line strongly, there's always somebody there in support to try and take the ball on.
Yes, well, that was very close to being regathered there, but Fitzhenry just overran it. Back to Taylor. Taylor goes to the quarter line before he's put down. Parramatta are moving now towards the attacking end of the field. Muggleton stands in and tackles, tried to turn his body and give the ball there. Taylor. Sterling. Sterling on to stand Jerd. Jerd's on the boil. Gets the pass back into Kenny, and Kenny's in for the try. Sterling's made the difference. A very creative bit of work there. You'll see that again on the
National Panasonic replay. This is the difference I was talking about. When someone hits the line, there's always someone there in support for the Parramatta side. Excellent ball. He held it up well inside Stanley Jerd, playing only his second game in quite some time after coming back from a knee injury. Peter Stanley, a beautiful dummy, all the skills, held it up for Jerd. There was support inside in the shape of Ford. He looked outside, heard the call from Brett Kenny. He knows how to stiff out a try, and the Eels have picked up the one that they certainly did want. 4-2 wasn't going to be a big enough scoreline at half-time. They started the match at favourites. If they hadn't come up with another try with the wind at their backs in their second quarter, they certainly wouldn't have started the third quarter as the favourites in this one.
Yeah, Joe Vitanza was the fellow that was made look bad by Peter Sterling there, but as I've often said, it's the small, nimble men that can make the big front row forwards look bad. The kick at goal by Muggleton is successful. So the score now hastens on. Parramatta 10, Penrith 2, and we've got 10 minutes of this quarter remaining. Back with Fitzhenry on the halfway line. He gets a low trajectory kick in there. That's taken by Taylor. He scurries out to the quarter line. Ericsson, the right wing three-quarter. Away from Winston, Jerd leaves it behind. It's knocked back that time, according to the referee. What a lead beater. And it's apparent that he's lost the ball in the tackle.
And again, good strong defence from Mark Gayer. That's the second occasion that he's come up with a big hit to cause the ball to be turned over by Parramatta.
It's in and out to Alexander. Alexander gets a kick downfield. It'll go close. Sterling will get to it. Oh, that was very, very near thing because Izzard went for the ball and Sterling was there first and failed to get a hand to it.
And lucky that Neil Hunt read the play. Wondering, in fact, if Sterling had have got a touch to that to force the penalty, but Neil Hunt had come across from his left wing to tidy the play up.
Muggleton gets a kick away. Gets beyond the halfway line. Here's Brad Izzard coming straight ahead. He's tackled about 5 metres outside the quarter. Vitanza. Simmons there at dummy half. 10 points to 2, 8 minutes to go. Brandon Lee. 1 metre from the quarter line. Simmons, Alexander. Beautiful footwork, gone right through the middle of them. Gets a pass away there nicely, and it's a try to Joe Vitanza. Greg Alexander stepped through the heap of defenders there, went left, right. Beautiful stuff. Gave it to Joe Vitanza, who scored the try. See it again.
Very hard for a young man like Andrew Fitzhenry to put his stamp on the play. Alexander had to come up and take the first pass and try and get Penrith back into this game. Brilliant football by Alexander, the way he worked his way through the line, and well read by Joe Vitanza, who showed pace to read it also and back him up. All the skills, Alexander. A glut of halfbacks in Sydney, Mortimer, Sterling, and this man. He might be playing in the 6, but he's going to have to start taking that first pass on a lot more occasions to try and get the Panthers on the roll. All the skills, and a great try by the Penrith Panthers. Plenty of pace. Nobody could keep it with the little man. The gap was there up the middle. Too much step for Terry Leabeater. He ran away from Peter Sterling, who was there, but didn't have the pace to get across. Held the pass up beautifully to give Vitanza the clear run to the line.
Yes, indeed, you go a long way to see a better try than that. Andrew Fitzhenry to attempt the conversion. He's got it. He's got it. The crowd, which is quite good here tonight too, make no bones about it, even the freezing conditions. Parramatta 10, Penrith 8. We've got about 6 minutes to go. Muggleton kicks off. Taken by Bentley. He brings the ball back to within about 4 metres of the quarter line. And Paul Smith, the second youngest bloke on the side. Got it away to Robards. Robards likes to run. There's Alexander kicking downfield. It will go to Taylor. Taylor brings it back 10 metres from the halfway line. Ericsson at dummy half. Sterling. Kenny. Looked like Wolf there. Stan Jerd running on the what was the virtually isolated part of the blind side there. There were only 2 players and he there. Wolf. Muggleton. Ball lying free. Izzard's got it. He snapped it up. Can he get a pass away? He does get a pass away to Geyer, and Geyer's going to go in and score. That puts Penrith in front. Izzard snipped out a try there with a breakdown in the Parramatta back line. Was able to scoop the ball up, but see it again.
And again, strong defence has been the reason that has seen the ball turned over. They're under pressure. Passes just weren't needed there. Brilliantly picked up in one hand by Izzard. Scooped up like a cover fieldsman at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And Mark Geyer on the spot to finish it off. And Parramatta well and truly on their heels now. Only 4 minutes out from the break. Sterling went the open side. They tried to switch back through Kenny Wolf. It came back. And again, this pass just here, not a good pass from Muggleton. It was under pressure, and Geyer, the man again that came up with the hit, the 3rd time now. Magnificent pickup by Brad Izzard in one hand and held the pass up for Mark Geyer. He started it with the hit and he finished it. As I mentioned before, his defence has been spot on in the first 2 quarters.
2 tries in a couple of minutes to Penrith. Fitzhenry to take the attempted conversion from 5 metres inside the quarter, about 25 metres in from the sideline, and it is successful. So the score now hastens on to Penrith 14, Parramatta 10. Well, there'll be some fairly stern words spoken in the Parramatta dressing room, one would think.
And psychologically, it'll be a huge disadvantage now for Parramatta to turn around after losing the advantage of this big breeze in the first half. And John Mooney, after at one stage having that lead of 10-2, he's now got to well and truly gather his troops at half-time and get their enthusiasm back up for the second half.
Well, Penrith are doing their level best to extinguish that enthusiasm by running strongly. Cartwright coming away with it. He would probably need to get on a little bit of a go on. He hasn't been sighted too many times. Kick taken by Hunt. He evades one tackle. Taylor's at dummy half. About 3.5 minutes to go to half-time. Garland comes away with a straightening run there. Wolf running from dummy half. They're right in the middle of the field, and there's a penalty against Royce Simmons for failure to get away from the tackle player. Obviously, tackle had been called. Well, there's a mistake. Peter Sterling doesn't often make. Failed to find the sideline. He's got away with it and got it out to Van der Voort. Van der Voort to Robards. Robards out there to Bentley. Bentley's up the field and going strongly. Got a pass away which has gone off the body of a Parramatta player, Ericsson. And now it's back in Penrith's possession. Fitzhenry, Simmons, Batanza. I don't quite know what he was doing out there. Well, they've claimed that he's lost that ball in the tackle through somebody having a go at him. What do you think?
Well, the replay certainly told the story. Only Garland guilty there of trying to reap it out of their possession, and Andrew Fitzhenry to have the shot at goal and a fairly long kick for the young man. And David, I think this one to be right into the teeth of that big breeze.
Yes, the breeze is fresh and Graham since the game got underway, and it's a very vital kick so close to half-time by Fitzhenry. But I'd just like to make a comment about Greg Alexander. Obviously, he's not kicking. He didn't kick in the quarter-final last week as well. Trouble with that right knee, but absolutely outstanding and a gutsy effort with that injured knee, and sparked that second-last try by Vitanza.
Certainly was a brilliant piece of football by the man that so often carries the Penrith side, Greg Alexander.
Andrew Fitzhenry, 9.5 metres short of the halfway line. And he's hooked it badly, trying for a little bit of extra pace, failed to find touch. Didn't get it over the dead ball line. Parramatta still in possession, about under a minute to go to half-time. Stan Jerd. Stan looking just a little bit beefy at the moment. Hasn't quite tapered down to his best weight since making a comeback. That ball rolling down. It's going to be taken by Alexander. And they're up there very quickly on him. Wynn was one. Taylor was the other. And there's a penalty against Taylor for kicking in the play the ball, raising the leg before the ball was down. And there in the background goes the hooter. So Royce Simmons ends proceedings at the half-time break by going straight into the opposition. So 14-10. The Penrith tries have come from Vitanza and Gaia. Goals 3 from 5 to Fitzhenry. Parramatta's 10 points have come from 2 tries, Erickson and Kenny, and goals Muggleton 1 from 2. Well, this Parramatta side have got themselves into a spot of bother here in this first semi-final. They're now running into the breeze. And it won't be any sinecure getting back into this game. David Fordham, you've got a change?
Yes, Stan Jerd has been replaced at half-time by a fellow from Young by the name of Rod Slater, a player that Joe Money's got a big rap on, Rex. He came on as replacement against North Sydney when they were in dire straits a couple of weeks ago, had a remarkable game as replacement, was selected against Saints and again against Penrith last week, and he's a player that I'm looking forward to seeing. I haven't seen him as yet.
OK, well, let's get up with it. Now we've got Goodwin getting a good sprint on going up the sideline there. He's always threatening to do that. Out to Izzard. Way to Fitzhenry. Makes a bit of an inroad there. Gets about 10 metres into the Parramatta half. Simmons. Alexander. He's had a kick downfield. Taylor's put under pressure. Well, he's managed to get himself out of there, but he's tackled a metre short of the line.
And he did do well to get out of his own in goal. Paul Taylor, Stan Jerd still trying to strive to reach top match fitness. In the 2 quarters that he was out there for Parramatta, Jerd was the equal top tackler along with Terry Leabeater on 16. Royce Simmons and Joe Vitanza coming up trumps for the Panthers, 14 apiece.
Well, this Penrith side are starting to believe that they can win this game, I think, because they've got a lot of very enthusiastic tacklers out there. The last tackle coming up now, Sterling. Moves it away to Laurie. Laurie tries to get a kick in, can't do it because he was pushed just at the time that his leg was coming through. The ball fell feet. Out to Simmons. Simmons to Alexander. He's 10 metres out. It was Goodwin, not Alexander. There's Vandervoot going very, very close. Got a good impetus going there. Alexander. Izzard takes a pass, gets it out there to... Well, he got the ball down as far as I'm concerned, but the touch judge doesn't agree with that. It'll be interesting to see that again on the replay.
Very interesting. Paul Smith doing well to hold the tackle of Michael Erickson. The touch judge, watch his feet here. If they go across, well, geez, a brave decision by the touch judge. I think the replay possibly leaning towards a Penrith try.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, we've survived that one.
And here it is again. Watch the feet and the knee as the ball goes down. Well, for mine, it's a try to Penrith.
Yes, well, as they say, read it in the papers. That Paul Smith on the Penrith left wing is another Parramatta junior. A case of another one that got away, Fitzhenry and he. Both very competent footballers, too. Sterling gets some sense in it. Kicks to the open wing, though. The unguarded wing. Lets Robinson have a go at him. And he tears his way upfield and gets to within about 10 metres of the quarter line. And they're coming in waves now, this Penrith team. Simmons, Fitzhenry, Geyer, coming like a train. Absolutely. Got to his feet, just got inside the quarter. Onto Cartwright. Cartwright's gone about 7 metres. Batanz is at dummy half. It's away to Alexander. Alexander back into Robards. He's tackled 10 metres out. Little grubber kick being put through there, and no chasers. Greg Alexander just sort of was hoping for the error there, I think.
Plenty of enthusiasm in the Penrith defence. Just watch the way they keep on harassing the likes of Sterling. They're moving up very quickly, especially when it comes to the late, the 4th, 5th and 6th tackle. A lot of harassment out of the marker area and putting pressure on the kickers.
Lee Beater coming away on the blind side of the ruck. There's Ernie Garland going for a sprint up the blind side again. It's the last tackle coming up now.
And there's all the pressure on the chasers out of that marker position once again.
Yeah, and Brad Izzard was one of them. Alexander takes that, pops it to Goodwin. Goodwin throws the dummy. Gets to within 8 metres of the halfway line. Fitzhenry. Well, Slater's come in with a strong body check on Paul Smith. Back to Geyer. 6 to go, says the referee with the arm signal. Simmons at dummy half. On to Bentley there. He's had a fair game tonight. Simmons. Joe Batanz had already scored 1 try in this match. Pretty useful boot downfield there. It's going to go into the in goal. No, it's not. It's turned a corner. Picked up by Ericsson. He brings it back to the corner line where he's unseated by a couple of defenders. Onto Hunt. Hunt used to have a gigantic sidestep. I think that's probably half gone with the knee injuries that he sustained. Cartwright defending there. Sterling. Slater. Midway between the quarter and the halfway line. Good defence out there. Peter Ford was the runner. Sterling's kick is midfield. Taken by Alexander. And Paul Smith backing him up there. He's in a position to give a pass there. Bentley going straight. 14 points to 10. We've had 7 minutes of this third quarter. Colin van der Voot. Simmons. Fitzhenry. Geyer. Trying to release the arms there. Just couldn't manage it. Oh, there's a beautiful looking kick. It's an absolute dream. Fitzhenry, he's not overawed at all by anyone.
And they're starting to get a roll on. A lot of confidence now. Penrith, those 2 tries just prior to half-time, showing as they come out in this third quarter. And Parramatta are well and truly on their heels and lack of communication in their play.
Well, we've got the touch judge in at the moment, and it's going to be a report on Peter Wynn.
That's for an incident quite a while ago. That's an incident Peter Wynn out of the marker when he let fly at Royce Simmons, and I can tell you if he had have connected, one Royce Simmons wouldn't be running around at Lang Park next week.
The scrum just on the quarter line. Parramatta's end. To Kenny. Kenny's going backwards there. Tackled on the quarter line. Slater beautifully tackled right round the boot tops. Oh, they're just hurling themselves at these Parramatta players. That's Brandon Lee there. He's out to do a defensive job, and that's what he's doing. Wynn. That's a one-handed pass. It's back inside to Sterling. Sterling's putting it up up the field, going very, very nicely. Gets a pass away there to Taylor. Taylor gets it out to Kenny. Kenny gets it out there to Hunt. Hunt's standing, weaving, not able to do anything, submerged by defenders now. Just the play about 5 metres short of the quarter line. Out to Sterling. On to Slater. Slater's buried. Last tackle coming up. To Sterling. Puts a very high bomb up. Oh, Alexander took that superbly. Absolutely superbly. Now that'll be back to the quarter.
And you'll just see on the replay how difficult it was, that breeze wobbling around and taking that ball away from him, and he just read it magnificently, falling away with it, keeping in control, knowing that he had to catch the ball for Penrith to come up with the tap restart on the quarter line.
Well, just as a matter of interest, it was Taylor that finished up on top of him. I thought that was fractionally late, but perhaps his momentum had taken him over the top like that. Van der Voort comes away with a strong surge, about 12 metres. Simmons. Geyer. He's a mark now.
Well, that's much better defence from Parramatta. They've been standing back. They've just got to start to show a bit more drive and enthusiasm in defence.
There's an intercept being taken by Sterling. Sterling gets it away to Laurie. Laurie's going strongly. Gets it within 3 metres of the quarter line. Sterling. Out to Peter Ford. Peter Ford goes into the quarter. Plenty of enthusiasm. Out to Wynn. Wynn's running. He's unseated there by Robards and Fitzhenry. 14 points to 10. Sterling. Beautiful pass to Kenny. A long cutout pass has been dropped by Paul Smith, and the referee says that it was knocked on. Not knocked on, it was went on his foot. Great run by Cole Bentley there to get play away from that area. Oh, this fella's magic feet, there's no question about it. Out to Paul Smith. Smith's going upfield, gets a pass away to Bentley, and he's tackled by Peter Wynn. Royce Simmons. Now Bentley. Fitzhenry. Got a pass that wasn't intended for him, but accepted it. Yes, Brett Kenny's down and back play there at the moment, just receiving a bit of treatment. Got the manager of the New South Wales side sitting beside me here. he's up and down like a fiddler's elbow.
Plenty of experience showing out, and Greg Alexander trying to settle play down. They came up with a good period of play, Parramatta, trying to upset the Penrith attack. Alexander certainly putting them back on their heels once again, maintaining that lead for Penrith at 14-10.
Okay, let's get this scrum underway. The referee awards a penalty against that player there for going down in the scrum. It was Brandon Lee, I believe. So the penalty taken by Sterling brings play back towards the halfway line. Garland. And Hunt will go to dummy half. Out to Sterling. There's a bad bit of handling. Things that Sterling obviously wants to try are not coming off in this Parramatta side tonight. They're all very flat on that occasion. That was a flat pass meant for somebody travelling fast and almost in line with him. And it just didn't come off. Fitzhenry. Alexander spun out of a tackle. Fitzhenry. Well, that's the thing to do when you've got no support with you. Just go straight and hard. Cartwright. Bentley. Fitzhenry. So Vitanza takes a heavy knock. Yes, I thought that one might slow him down a touch. Yes, that was good defence. Good strong defence by Ken Wolfe. We've got another change going on down there, have we, David?
Yes, before this injury to Joe Vitanza, we had Paul Ackery warming up. We noticed that Brandon Lee was slow to get up from that last scrum. But Paul Ackery, who played in the quarter-final against Cronulla last week, is warming up on the touchline at the moment.
And he'll go on a number 15 if he does go on. Well, it looks like Vitanza's in some trouble with a leg injury. That ball's been touched in flight. There's Brad Izzard. He'll get to this and score a try. Yes, indeed. That was the most curious try. The ball was touched by Izzard and ricocheted through. And you'll see it again on the National Panasonic replay.
And the role of play certainly running with Penrith. Fitzhenry, the kick through on the National Panasonic replay, charge down. Brad Izzard put on side, very quickly put the boot to it, and the bounce of the ball absolutely perfect as he leaps and judges the dive with the way the ball was just about to bounce up. Terry Leadbeater was the man who got a hand to it. Well, luck tends to favour the brave, they say. On that occasion, it didn't favour Terry Leadbeater, but Penrith are the side that are starting to get a roll on in this semi-final to give them a chance if they can win tonight at the 140,000 first prize in the National Panasonic Cup final. And Brad Izzard, the man trying to make sure of that berth on next Wednesday week.
Well, they've made it to 18 points to 10 with about 6 minutes to go to half-time. Fitzhenry's going to try to improve on his kicking performance, which was 3 from 5. This is his 6th attempted goal. He's got it. So that's 20 points to 10. And believe me, this is not going to be easy for this Parramatta side to get back. Not playing into a breeze that's booming down the field and the freezing cold conditions. But the cold conditions, of course, are cold for both teams. Yes, David, you've got the change.
Yes, Bradley is the player going off. And as we mentioned, Paul Ackery in number 15, the replacement for Penrith.
OK. Paul Ackery on, former South Sydney player. Useful front row forward. Paul Smith trying to weave there, but the defence was too tight. There he is. That's Ackery in action at the moment, fighting every inch of the way. And Fitzhenry, well, he just... Brett Kenny came through on the defending player there. That looked like Fitzhenry, the halfback.
Well, we've got a touch judge in.
And this could be very interesting.
So the kick being put in by Fitzhenry. Well, he continued on his move. Brett Kenny, there's no real malice to it. I don't think he was just continuing on his charge after Fitzhenry got the kick in. He probably should have stopped a shoulder charge. It's going to cost them a penalty.
Yes, well, young Fitzhenry's up and about. I'm not surprised he's rubbing the back of his neck. That looked to me as though it could have been stopped, as though he had time to stop.
Well, he picks himself up off his own quarter, charges about 40 metres downfield, and now gets the opportunity to add another goal.
Yes, well, he'll do that with alacrity too, but anyway. Fitzhenry to take the kick for the penalty involving himself and Brett Kenny. Now, he shouldn't have any trouble kicking this one dead. That's the first thing to think about in these situations, so that they get the ball back from the quarter line, drop out if he misses the kick at goal. That would be the very first thing I would think about. And the second thing is he does appear to have the breeze directly behind him. And am I right in that, David?
Yes, David will probably be swinging across right to left, if anything, Rex.
Fitzhenry moves in. And he's got it. That's a further embarrassment for this Parramatta side. 22 points to 10. And Parramatta now with 4 minutes of this quarter remaining before we go to the final quarter have got it all to do. And Fitzhenry, far from being overwhelmed by playing in such illustrious company as this tonight, at his immature age, has kicked 5 goals from 7 attempts. Cole Bentley. Bentley again. Working it in their quarter at the moment. I would be taking advantage of the breeze and getting it out of there. Well, Fitzhenry's got the kick in. It's gone there to Michael Erickson. And he's going to be tackled there by Bentley. Garland, oh, picked off nicely by Geyer. Beautiful diving tackle. Stopped him in mid-plummet. Leabeater slowly to his feet. Out to Ford. Ford trying to make some inroad there. Has the ball stolen from him by Simmons. Got it away to Ackery. Ackery to Geyer. And there's an equally good tackle from Brett Kenny on John Cartwright. Muggleton, the tackler on that occasion. Well, Geyer's become a bit of a mark. Any time he runs with the ball, he gets plenty of attention from the Parramatta players. Still going. Alexander at dummy half. There's the kick through. Taken by Taylor. Evades one tackle, but can't avoid Ackery, who punishes him and puts him down on the quarter line.
In an ironic situation now as we see another penalty go Parramatta's way. It was only 3 days ago, of course, on Sunday in the Winfield Cup, where Parramatta ran out winners over Penrith 23-10. The scoreline now in this third quarter favouring Penrith 22-10, and I'm quite sure that right throughout this last minute of the third quarter and right throughout the fourth quarter, you're going to see Peter Sterling and Brett Kenny be involved in everything in this Parramatta lineup.
About 8 metres from the halfway line. Parramatta in possession. Out to Sterling. Kenny gets the pass away to Muggleton. Muggleton storms upfield. Gets to the halfway line. And apparently that ball was lost in the tackle. $22 points to 10. The hooter goes in the background. That's the end of the section for the third quarter. Penrith players hasten off. Parramatta players take their time. 22 points. Vatanza, Geyer and Izzard tries. Goals, Fitzhenry. Well, he's kicked 5 from 7. Parramatta's 10 points. 2 tries, Erickson and Kenny. And goals, 1 from 2 for Muggleton. Well, this could be the end of Parramatta. 22 points to 10. I'm not here to say that they can't get out of this, but they've got a hell of a lot of work to do. And it should be a fearsome 20 minutes of football. Muggleton gets it off. Ball goes over the head of Bentley. Turns, takes it, and brings it back to the quarter. Paul Smith at dummy half. And he does a little bit of an Ascot Gavotte type of a little operation there and gets a few metres further on. Joe Vatanza comes on the burst on the outside of him. And now it's back to Sanity with a kick downfield using the breeze. Kick to Taylor. That's not to be recommended. And Taylor takes it within 5 yards of the halfway line. Win. Away to Erickson. He's busted or beaten the first tackle. Ran sideways, gets to within 2 metres of the halfway line.
And they've got to be forcing it out wide, Parramatta. That's the way they came up with their tries in the first half. And on very few occasions have they been able to get it out wide successfully since they ran to that early lead. And of course, Sterling and Canterbury, the men, Kenny will be men trying to control the football in this last quarter, if in fact they're going to have any chance at all.
Well, Sterling tried the little chip over the top then. It didn't go high enough. It was picked out of the air by Joe Vitanza. A very nice reflex catch. Guyers on the end of that one from Simmons. And he's received some pretty heavy treatment tonight and stood his ground very well. Cartwright coming to life in the last portion of that last quarter. I'm glad of that because he's a gifted player with a ball in his hands. Simmons assessing who to give it to. It'll be Fitzhenry. He'll get the ball downfield. It's been kicked in flight. Sterling will get to it first. It's dropped by Taylor. And it's picked up there by Greg Alexander, and Alexander's over. Well, that is the death knell as far as I'm concerned for Parramatta's attempt to win the National Panasonic Cup.
And the National Panasonic replay more or less waves goodbye to Parramatta in 1987. Another mistake, pressure pass back to Paul Taylor from Peter Sterling, and Alexander after the kick through the man on the spot to pick it up and race away into the final. Will the Penrith Panthers go? Only the second cup final that they will find themselves in cup final history, the first in 1974. Here's the pass back from Sterling, a pressure ball to Taylor. He had to move to his left to take a high pass, and again, plenty of chases there from Penrith. They've shown more enthusiasm right throughout the game, as if there has been just that little bit extra determination to get themselves into the 87 National Panasonic Cup final. As we see Brett Kenny leaving the field. David Fordham, a change?
Yes, a cut to the back of Brett Kenny's ear, which is adding another woes to Parramatta, and it appears that Steve Sharp's warming up on the touchline, and also Tony Chalmers, but I think Steve Sharp will be the man coming on.
Fitzhenry has got a simple kick, and he kicks it, and that is the score, 28 points to 10. Do you believe this? Do you believe it? Well, there may be more to come. Well, Sharp's come on for Parramatta. Stephen Sharp playing in number 16. We'll see what position he adopts in just a moment. Kenny's from the field. Paul Smith comes around from the kickoff, having taken it. All the Penrith players now seem to be imbued with great pace and strength. They're all performing exceptionally. It's Vandervoot throwing tackles off and getting outside the corner. Simmons looks back to Alexander, does a beautiful feint before he kicks. Oh, it's out on the full. And that will be because of the harassing. Now, Bobby Linder is there with David, and this is a fellow I'd like to have you congratulate on his form this year, David.
Well, Rex has just passed on. Bobby, congratulations on your form in 87. No doubt you're very happy with Parramatta, but not so happy with that scoreline tonight.
Thanks, David. No, we've sort of fallen behind the 8 ball here in this game, and we certainly could have done without that try then.
Things looked promising in the first half, but that try just was the one that clinched it, I think.
Yeah, you know, we needed to come out and put quick points on the board straight after that third quarter. But unfortunately, things went the opposite way for us.
Okay, well, here we go with Parramatta now attempting to get a try on here with Sterling. Getting it away to Wynn. Wynn's gone halfway through the gap. Gets put down there. About 5 metres out from the line. Sterling away there to Ford, and Ford comes hard and straight and gets within half a metre of the line. It's a little grubber kick. It's been knocked on, I thought. No, it's been taken on the foot by the Parramatta player, Geyer, and he's been injured in that. A replacement for the Penrith side, Matt Goodwin's coming on, and replacing Joe Vitanza. Is that right, David?
That's correct, Rex. Joe Vitanza coming off after a very strong game, and a very versatile forward in Matt Goodwin there in 14.
Would you like to take over now, David?
Yes, we've still got Bobby with us. Rex, Bob, obviously the very important State of Origin game coming up. You've got an injured ankle that no doubt will be okay by Tuesday night, though. Yeah,
I'm hoping so. At this stage, it's I've been a bit disappointed in the progress of the injury, and you know, I would have liked to be out there tonight, but last night I was just getting out of a jog, and hopefully I've got the medicals in the morning for the Queensland side, and hopefully they'll give me a few days for it to get a bit better anyhow.
Well, you could be forgiven for thinking you're back at Castleford in these conditions here at Leichhardt Oval today.
It's incredible, mate. I mean, I think I'd be a bit warmer running around there than I am sitting here talking to you.
Okay, all the very best at Lake Park Tuesday night, Bob.
Thanks very much, sir.
Okay, David, thank you very much, and tell him I'll be up for a pair of glasses shortly. Okay, that's a beautiful kick from... Oh, and I believe we've got somebody else coming on here at the moment. You can be the announcer of this news.
Yes, Paul Mayers, after 3 half games in reserve grade, after coming back from that very bad injuries to both knees, he's come on and wearing number 15 for Parramatta.
All right, Terry Leabeater off. He's really got massive strapping on the legs, on both of the knees. There's a scrum win to Parramatta. Out to Laurie, who's playing 5'8" now. Hunt goes to dummy half. About 8 metres his own side of halfway. Driven backwards by Alexander. Sharp. Away to Slater, number 17. Sterling. Ford puts it down. And that'll be a knock-on. Uncharacteristic error there. The scrum going down about 8 metres into the Parramatta half. Fitzhenry to feed. Well, it's come out with the feed. There's an overlap out here if they can use the ball. Oh, he's thrown it the wrong way. I think that was Cole Bentley there trying to stand at the tackle and be a little bit adventurous. He got knocked just at the wrong moment and threw the ball straight up in the air.
He doesn't play for Parramatta.
Taylor playing as a sort of a 5'8". Wolf, lovely tackle there by Robards, who's come up into the line. Paul Mayers. He'll feel better for that. Garland. And he's starting to feel his oats a little bit. Mayers. Pass back on the inside from him. Back to Garland. Garland's going strongly. Gets to within about 18 metres of the goal line. Last tackle. Sterling. Ford. Kick ahead. And they're offside. And that'll be a penalty to Penrith underneath their posts. Only about 5 metres out. Yeah, David Fordham.
Well, Rex, the tension in the Penrith camp, if we take a shot of it here in a moment, they've, in anticipation of their first cup final since the inaugural MCO Cup back in 1974 when they were defeated by Western Division. They reached the semi-finals of the Winfield Cup in 1985, but this will be a very proud moment up in the mountain territory of Penrith about 11 minutes from now.
Well, I don't believe they can alter this team very much. This side has done it for them. I don't believe that there are any of the players that were going to play tonight that could be put in the side.
Well, it's been a fabulous performance by all and sundry, and particularly Greg Alexander, the quarter-final last week and again tonight. He's really inspired this Penrith side, and I'm still not 100% sure that he's 100% fit, Rex, but what a great little player he is.
Well, I don't know any other players. David, group of sportsmen, I should say. Footballers are a pretty hungry lot, and they probably don't need reminding that at the end of the rainbow's a chance at $140,000. Something to certainly grab for, and Greg Alexander, well and truly up with the chance to still be the National Panasonic superstar for 1987.
Well, about 10 minutes to go. We've still got that scoreline, 28 points to Penrith, 10 to Parramatta, and it's becoming even more a possibility now as we go forward. They're really believing in themselves. Sharp's lost the ball forward. Robards has got it in his hands. He's taken it back towards them a couple of yards. Tackled. Matt Goodwin gets it, throws the dummy, goes back towards the halfway line. A little bit of a contretemps there between he and a player. Van der Voot. Alexander with a long pass. Ackery gets it out there to Paul White, out to Izzard. Izzard's going up the sideline looking for support. Gets it away to him. It's another try. It's another try to Paul Smith. And that probably is a fitting reward for the one that we thought he scored that was disallowed.
Excellent play again by the Panthers. Brad Izzard, the man to watch here. A good ball from Mark Geyer, who's had an excellent game tonight. Paul Smith did well in backing up. Izzard looked over his shoulder, took two defenders in and away, and gave Paul Smith the clear run to the line. As we mentioned, we felt that Paul Smith had quite a fair try taken off him before. With good hands by all the Penrith players concerned, Paul Smith took Tony Chalmers out of the play. He gave Brad Izzard a start on Chalmers. He looked over his shoulder once for Smith. He then heard the call. He had drawn the defence magnificently to give Smith a clear run. Only just 17 years of age, the youngster, as he goes across for the try and nods to say, well, that's the one they owed me.
Right, well, a very satisfying performance by him. We've got about 8 minutes to go. They have scored 5 tries to 2. I find it almost unbelievable. It's like being in fairyland here. Fitzhenry taking the kick. Oh, and he's just hooked it slightly. So the score remains 32 points, Penrith, 10 to Parramatta. David?
Royce Simmons is coming off after leading this magnificent victory tonight, and Gary Longhurst, equally at home at hooker, a halfback, is coming on to replace him, and also Darren Curry replacing Greg Alexander. Darren Curry, of course, equally at home at fullback or wing.
Okay, Van der Voort steaming outside the quarter. Longhurst is going from dummy half, Matt Goodwin. Oh, a little bit of a lack of communication there. He fell very awkwardly on that occasion. The Penrith player, that was Cole Bentley. His leg was twisted in that move, but he's okay. Yes, Greg Alexander's with you, David.
He certainly is, Rex. Greg, congratulations on a magnificent performance tonight, and it appears the Panthers safely through to Cup final night on June 10.
Yeah, it's a fantastic effort, I think, Dave. They beat us there on the weekend, and I think, we came over that hurdle. It was psychological, I think, that we got up tonight. We put our minds to it, and it was a terrific effort.
Well, it's only the second time in 13 years. All the very best to the Panthers come Cup final night.
Thanks very much, Dave.
Okay, back it comes now with the Parramatta side trying to still move it around. Sterling onto Ford. Been going forward all night. Win at dummy half. Out to Sterling. Kick being put down there diagonally into the Penrith quarter. I think Goodwin lost that. Garland finished up with it and hurled it away when the referee blew his whistle. It was Mark Robinson coming away with that long, strong run for Penrith. Scrum went to Sterling. Out to his look-alike, Taylor. Still Parramatta coming straight and hard, still searching for their third try, still trying to gather something out of this. 5.5 minutes to go. Sterling on to Taylor. Taylor's tackled 10 metres out, directly underneath the goalposts. Sterling. Laurie running. Win. Out to Hunt, the long pass. Has had a kick taken. It's grasped by a Penrith player there who's not discernible at the moment. And he's injured as well. Yes, it's Cartwright, John Cartwright. The number 10.
There it is, 32-10. 4 minutes to go. Of course, Parramatta don't go out of the National Panasonic Cup with nothing. As the loser, they leave with $43,000 for 1987.
Yes, that's not a bad thing to wipe the tears away with, but nonetheless, the 140,000 is the one they were aiming for. Oh, bless my soul, they're running hard.
He's played strongly tonight, Mark Geyer. I'd like to see him when he comes into that situation. He's drawing 3 and 4 tacklers. Here's a try. Here's a try.
That's to Sterling. The kick has been taken, and it's, as I've said, I don't want to be a smarty here, but I've been talking about people drawing the defence too far to them and having kicks charged down. Every team does it.
Well, the National Panasonic replay shows that, and on so many occasions. Great to see Peter Sterling be rewarded for his continued effort with the side tonight with a try, but too many occasions sides leave the kicker posted, nobody back covering any charge downs like that. They're all heading upfield to try and get to the kick, and
Muggleton's kick is successful, so the score now goes to 32-16. Penrith leading. Back they come to halfway.
And we see Parramatta bow out of the National Panasonic with a scoreline 32-16 favouring Penrith, but that was the scoreline which won them the cup last year when they defeated the Tigers.
Great defence there by Gary Longhurst. Great defence. Picked up Tony Chalmers there. Here's a move out on the left. Just getting up towards the quarter line now. There's Hunt throwing dummies left, right and centre. Made it to 15 metres outside the quarter. Sterling. Wynn. He's tried hard. This guy's damaged the right arm. Sharp is running forcibly up the left-hand side of the field. Back to Sterling. Well, that was beautiful work. He trapped the ball with his foot, which put everybody on. It looks like Mark Geyer is going to remove himself from the field at the moment.
As I was saying before, he played strongly tonight, Mark Geyer, and when he takes that ball up and draws 3 and 4 defenders out of that front line, he's got to learn to get up quickly, a quick play of the ball. Because those guys are missing, there is obviously vacancies out wide. Quick play of the ball situation from Mark Geyer.
Well, there was another kick charged down. That's about the 5th kick tonight that's been charged down, and really it's too bad. It's just too bad. Paul Smith slowly to his feet, plays it. Cole Bentley runs from dummy half. Longhurst at dummy half. Got a Matt Goodwin. Goodwin gets to his feet well and plays that nicely. Longhurst scampers away from dummy half. Matt Goodwin again. Back to Fitzhenry. He gets a kick downfield, taken by Hunt inside the Parramatta quarter. He's evaded one defender. Now on to Taylor. Taylor's covering some ground here. Takes play to within 10 metres of the halfway line. Sharp onto Wynn. Wynn hurls it back to Sharp. Sharp goes upfield. Out to Sterling. Pass to Laurie. Back onto Mears. Mears is tackled just around about the halfway line. Slater's at dummy half. Out to Sterling. Good quick hands. Kick downfield. This should go to the fullback. Darren Curry. He's evaded one. And Paul Ackery's just been penalised for interference with a player not in possession of the football, and a penalty's gone to Parramatta.
Well, Only a minute to go in this semi-final, and there hasn't been a replacement player. Penrith using up all their replacements, and with that big score line, just happy to see it out with just the 12 men on the field.
Only Garland going pretty close to scoring there. That's to Sterling. Long cut-out pass out to Paul Mears, and Paul Mears is in right underneath the posts. With a kick at goal to follow, that will be from this adjacent position.
Very easy on the national Panasonic replay. The game's gone. Penrith, no doubt, have sat back, starting to think about the final already. Paul Mears picking himself up a try, and a very easy one.
Well, I believe the siren's gone in the background, so... no, we didn't hear it, but we shall see. There it goes now. Yes, that's right. We've got it all over now. Parramatta Cup. It's been a great performance by the Penrith side, who've done it very, very well right up to the end of the game. Now, let's have a look at the scoring situation. And there it is, Parramatta 22, 4 tries. Ericsson, Kenny, Sterling and Mears. Penrith, Batanza, Gaia, Izzard, Alexander and Smith, 5 tries to 4. Fitzhenry, 6 goals for Penrith. Muggleton, 3 goals for the Parramatta side. 32 points to 22. We'll be back with our man of the match and other information after this break.
Our national Panasonic superstar points tonight: 1 point to Andrew Fitzhenry, 2 points to Mark Gaia, and 3 points. And again, our national Panasonic man of the match, Greg Alexander. And this is becoming rather consistent, 2 in a row.
Yeah, mate, it's a good feeling to win, you know, especially when Parramatta knocked us off on the weekend. Well, you know, they beat us on the weekend, but, you know, this is just important to us.
Well, this is 2 Panasonic bikes in a row for you. We went through it only a week ago, $1,000 worth of state-of-the-art machinery. I guess this is, what, one for each leg?
Yeah, mate, I think I might give it to one of we've got that many blokes injured. I might have to give it to one of them blokes and work out their injuries, I think.
Well, we might make you a little bit more nervous too. You've now jumped outright lead as the superstar for 87.
Yeah, that's tremendous, Graham. I'd just like to thank, you know, especially the young blokes that came into the side tonight, like Andrew Fitzhenry and Paul Smith on the wing. You know, I think, you know, they're playing Parramatta and they're a big name side, and, you know, they handle themselves really well.
All right, well done.